Hello. The Sun is about to transit from the 8th house to the 9th house of Gemini ascendants on 13th February. It was there in the 8th house for about 1 to 1.5 months with Mars, Venus, and Mercury altogether 4 planet conjunction in the 8th house. Now, one by one, the planets are moving to 9th house. That's a good sign, good positive sign, because the 8th house is the worst house of any birth chart, which resembles the setbacks of life and losses, obstacles, sorrow, pain, then also the death, life-threatening situations, lifespan. So much of them are highly negative matters of life. So 8th house resembles all those. So that's why it is regarded as the worst house in any birth chart. When it comes to Gemini ascendants, the lord of the 8th house is Saturn. Anyway, now those 4 planets usually regarded as the 4 planets which influence in short run, because Sun, Mars, Mercury and Venus, they are the planets move across a house within a short period of time, say about 1 to 1.5 months. As they move past, they exert short-term influences. But when it comes to North Node, South Node, Jupiter and Saturn, they move slowly across a house, and as they move slowly, they take longer time to move across a house completely. Usually at least more than a year. So they are regarded as the planets which influence in long run. So these 4 planets, they were in the 8th house, say about for last 1 to 1.5 months, exerting highly malefic influences for Gemini ascendants in short run, because those 4 planets represented 7 houses of the Gemini of the horoscopes of Gemini ascendants. On 3rd February, Mercury moved to the 9th house. The 9th house is the most auspicious place in any birth chart. That also governed by Saturn. And 9th house, both the houses are governed by Saturn. That's strange, but that is what really happening here. The North Node was already there in the 9th house since 18th May 2025, and it will be there up to 5th December 2026. So its influence is long run. No negative influences, either positive influences or no negative influences when it is in the 9th house. Maybe overseas journeys or pilgrimages, or maybe the more activities related to like religious matters, likewise, when the North Node is there. Now, the first planet to move there from the 8th house is Mercury. It arrived the 9th house on 3rd February, and it will be there in the 9th house up to 11th April 2026. So, whatever the planet arrives here, usually it doesn't exert negative influences, because this place regarded as the most auspicious place. So, whatever the planet is there, either it gives positive influences, or at least it doesn't exert negative influences. So when the Mercury arrives here, also like that. Mercury is the lord of the Gemini ascendant. 9th house is the house resembles luck and fortune also. So when the Mercury arrives the ninth house means it's the lord of the ascendant. So the luck and fortunes comes to your life during stay in the ninth house. That's a good sign, positive sign for your life. But the time during the 26th February up to 21st March, Mercury is going to retrograde, and it will not give its maximum benefits during that period. Other than that, it gives positive influences for your life, luck and fortune for your life, and more peace and positiveness for your head also, because the first house also governs your head. The second planet to arrive here is Venus. Venus also acts highly positively in a positive manner when it is in the ninth house. And Venus resembles your fifth house. Fifth house represents your children, education, or love affairs. So good time for them. As the planet Venus aspects the fifth house from the ninth house. Mercury also governs the fourth house, which resembles your properties, long-term fixed assets like land, buildings, place of residence. So good influences for them also when it is in the ninth house. The third house the third planet to arrive the ninth house is Sun. It arrives the ninth house on 13th February and it will be there up to the 15th March. The Venus is going to stay there up to 2nd March. The Sun is going to stay there up to 15th March. The Sun's influence for the ninth house also positive. Sun also resembles your third house. The south node is already there in the long run in your third house, exerting malefic influences for your siblings and also for your marriage. All the matters related to your marriage. And also the south node in your third house exerts malefic influence for your activeness, your courage, your dedication or activeness to your targets. But as the lord of the third house, when the sun arrives ninth house, it gives some luck in short run for the matters governed by the third house. For your courage or your activeness or your siblings and those things, it gives some luck. Not totally, because the Ketu is there giving malefic influences, so Sun is trying to give some good results for them. The fourth planet to arrive there is Mars. On 23rd February it arrives 9th house and it will be there up to 2nd April. So it governs your 11th house, which resembles income and social affairs. So you will get luck and fortune for your income during this period. As the lord of the 11th house, Mars stays in the 9th house. So these are the benefits you are going to get benefited when these planets travels 9th house. A 5-planet conjunction is going to form in the 9th house from 23rd February onwards, as all the planets arrived there 9th house and they conjunct with each other. The sun, the north node also there. Now the Jupiter is there in the first house or the lagna bhava, and it is in retrograde state up to 11th March. So you can't obtain the positive influences of the Jupiter during that period. But after that, from 11th March to 2nd June, it will have its usual movement, and it will aspect first house, first house, fourth, seventh, 10th, and 5th and 9th place houses. So those aspects are highly positive, because the 10th house means your profession. The lord of the 10th house is Jupiter. Now the Saturn is there in the long run in the 10th house, giving good and bad both in the long run. Why? Because the 8th house is the worst house, 9th house is the best house. Both luck and unluck, fortune and misfortune are governed by Saturn. Now it's in your profession, 10th house, in the long run up to 3rd June 2027, it's giving good and bad both, time to time change regarding your profession. And also you will have the opportunity to travel overseas for works, employments. Some of the Gemini ascendant must have got this opportunity and already must be working in overseas or far areas. Now the Jupiter aspect the 10th house. Lord of the 10th house is Jupiter, even though the Saturn is there. So Jupiter's aspect is highly favorable to make it more positive for your profession, especially from 3rd March, from 11th March onwards. It will give highly positive influences for your profession when it stays in the first house up to 2nd June, and then it transits to your when it is in your first house, lagna bhava, it aspects the 10th house, giving positive influences up to 2nd June. Then 2nd June, from 2nd June to 31st October, it will be there in the 2nd house and still aspect the 10th house, giving highly favorable influences. Because when it reaches the 2nd house, it becomes exalted. It's good for your wealth and savings. It will grow your wealth and savings, and also its aspect to the 10th house might give boost to your employment, profession, the growth of your employment and profession during that period, and also some peace in your married life likewise, and also more acceptance and recognition of your speech during that period. The lord of the 7th house also Jupiter. When it is in the first house from 11th March to 2nd June, its aspect for the 7th house, the matters regarding your marriage or your partner, your married partner. So that aspect is good for those things. Even when it is in the 2nd house, it is exalted and good to maintain the peace of in your married life or family life. So usually the aspect of Ketu and Saturn giving exerting malefic influences for your 7th house, which is directly related to your marriage, whether you are about to marry or whether you are already married, or if you are not married and living together for a long time. All those things would be affected negatively from the aspects of South Node and Saturn. But Jupiter's aspects time to time make it somewhat positive. So these are the readings, common analysis for the Gemini ascendants. But when it comes to the birth chart readings based on your own birth chart, such readings are more accurate and more personalized because they are based on your own unique birth chart. Your birth chart is based on the actual planetary positions and their aspects and other where they are exactly placed. All those information are recorded in your birth chart. It's like the screenshot of the sky at the time of your birth. So to get a more accurate and more personalized birth chart reading, you have to refer your birth chart to a professional astrologer and get that reading. and he will recommend the remedies to overcome the malefic influences also. Now, when it comes to your destiny, your birth chart reveals your destiny, but that it's not a fixed destiny. You can change the good or bad things written there, because you are not pre-programmed robots, and it's not a pre-programmed thing, so you can change it. When you plan well, when you work to a plan, you can eliminate many of the negative influences of written in your destiny, eliminate them, and to get the maximum use of the things to come ahead, the positive things to come ahead in your life, and that is the way to change your destiny, many of the good or bad things in your destiny in your way, with the help of astrology.